July has been a monster of a month with the canola harvest, planting the oilseed radish, selling this season's first round of silage, liming the fields for extra productivity. But it's not over yet as we move into planting a new crop for the series, the carrots. We stored a little leftover grass for the goats and only have the grass rolling left to take care of our grass fields. I say grass rolling because we haven't done any seed rolling yet in the series, but that's going to change. After we plant our canola, we'll rent a seed roller to get that little extra bit of yield. This roller is just for grass and does a great job of giving us that second application of fertilizer. But we might even try our hand at rolling the grass with this seed roller just to see if it'll give us a little bit more. I'm not too hopeful because I think we need to use the seed roller right after we plant grass. And I won't be replanting all these grass fields, but we'll give seed rolling a shot here between cuttings after we finish the grass rolling. You never know. All right, we'll put the roller away and get on with planting our carrots. This is the last month we can plant carrots, which will keep us pretty busy in November because harvesting carrots takes quite a bit of work. We'll start with leasing a planter and ridger. Both these are relatively inexpensive pieces of equipment, making carrots one of the best introductory vegetable crops. You can get into root crops and vegetables without a massive layout of cash. Both these pieces hook together, but to do so, you need to get the 3-point linkage on the ridger. You don't have to use the ridger, but it does give you your first application of fertilizer, so it's a good addition. We need the planter that goes with it, and these two pieces, we can join them all together on the back of the New Holland and should be ready to go to plant our carrots. Almost. I should probably also get a pallet of seed while I'm here. We'll use it eventually. Okay, on to the planting. Now it seems this ridger and planter combo is not a direct drill. That is, we need to cultivate the field first. We have a cultivator, which is from our horse setup, and even though it's giving a warning message, it should be fine. There's something about the cultivator part of this horse cultivator seeder equipment that always makes it think we're seeding and not just using it as a cultivator. If I look at the map, it's giving me a condition of stubble tillage where we've been. What I'll do though is test out our carrot planter and see if it's working. Yes, it seems to be making ridges. Let's turn on the planter and see if it'll plant some carrots. Yes, so everything's working. Let's give the worker a try at planting while we work slightly ahead and do the cultivating. Now, I'm a little worried about even getting into this whole carrot industry. Not only does the planting take a while, and particularly the harvesting, which is especially slow, but it's also just the crop itself. The last time I planted carrots, it was on 2 medium to small size fields, and I wound up with something like 450,000 liters of carrots. I wound up completely filling the train 1.5 times. It was absolutely insane. And I'll probably wind up with something like 150,000 liters of carrots to deal with here. So that's an issue. And even though the carrots were fairly profitable to sell, I think I made something like $80,000, I spent a ton of money in rental fees on the harvester because it took me several hours to harvest both fields, and I was incurring monthly fees over and over again. So yes, It was profitable, and I did come out ahead, but it was a ton of work, and those rental fees really did eat considerably into the profit. What I'm hoping when we eventually do get around to harvest is that I can knock out this fairly small field in, let's say, 2 hours, and only have to pay for 1 extra hour of rental. That's what I'd like anyway. The cultivating's finished, so we'll put that attachment away. We can park it right back where we've been keeping it and resume the planting ourselves. Hopefully, I won't make too much of a mess. Well, it's a little messy. I don't think the ridger likes those curves, but the carrots should be planted in there all the same. The little carrot seeds don't mind. We'll look at the field. And yes, all orange with carrots. So we'll return the ridger and planter each with 0.6 hours on them. Just over 30 minutes, well within the 1 hour we already paid for. And there you have it, a field of carrots. It says 0% fertilized, even with the ridger. I suspect it's the cultivator again. I found with cultivating in the oilseed radish, it acted a little peculiar there as well. Not a big problem though. We'll just do a couple rounds of fertilizer later and get it all squared away. Now I had said we'll do a little experiment and try seed rolling our grass fields. I have my doubts on whether or not it'll work on established grass, but now's the time to try. I think a little fishing off the back of the ferry is exactly what we need.
Just what we need.
A couple tires, a $200 fish, it's good enough. We just cut and baled the grass so it won't set us back on any growth stages if it does work. And all we need to do is keep the seed roller overnight at a fairly modest fee to roll the canola next month. After we plant it, of course. A couple more casts on the way back, maybe we can catch some more than just tires. A buoy and a $100 fish. On to the seed rolling experiment. Okay, that's a little stretch. Let's check the map. No effect. It's kind of what I thought, but I've been wanting to try. If we never try things, we'll never know. And it's definitely a hallmark of the whole channel for me to see it and experience things for myself in the actual game. The roller can just stay parked on the side and we'll move on to August, where we'll till in the cover crop and plant the canola. Well, I stopped before midnight because I just remembered we needed to get that first application of fertilizer down on the carrots, since our whole cultivator and ridger thing didn't work out. The carrots have a very short growing period, so we might only get 1 month of grace driving on the crop without crop destruction. And next month, in their first stage of growth, we need to drive on the field to lay down that second application of fertilizer. After next month, we probably need to be careful driving anywhere on the field. We don't do much field work at night, so this is a little different. We've got a nice big tractor with big lights, and our GPS can help keep us straight on where we've been. I can't see anything on texture change, but I trust the GPS, so let's spread fertilizer. Okay, I'm glad I remembered to fertilize things. We'll keep the fertilizer spreader up at the new shed near the fields where we need it the most, and also park the New Holland for the night. This time for real. Okay, August morning. Now, it has shown a tornado in the area. What can I see on the map? Nothing there, unless I'm missing it. Let me know in the comments if you're a tornado watcher and can point out where it might be. Let's look at the carrots. Ah, beautiful and fertilized. We'll put down the second application of fertilizer today. We'll take a rainy jog over to the oilseed radish and see how it's doing. Withered. But that should be normal for oilseed radish. When we till it in is when we get the fertilizer bonus, and that will be today. Today, we'll also plant our canola, so it's going to be busy. Not like July, but still busy. We'll be putting 2 tractors to work at once, and we'll rely on some help from our workers to get things done. Unfortunately, this horse cultivator thinks it's a seeder, so without the seed hopper, the worker won't use it. If we add the hopper, with or without seed in it, then the field gets confused and thinks we're planting, and doesn't give us the bonus for tilling under the oilseed radish. So, we'll run the cultivator ourselves and let the AI worker handle the planter for the canola. That should be enough of a head start. We'll grab the New Holland, attach our fancy new planter seeder, and set off to work the field. Hopefully we can stay far enough ahead with the cultivating. I'll just pause it here and let you see how much faster the New Holland is with the planter than our Deutz-Fahr with the cultivator. The seeder planter does go 2 miles per hour faster, and you can see it right here. It's a nice little race down the length of the field. I'll keep cultivating and let the AI worker keep seeding, and we'll finish this field and the large one right next to it in the next episode. We should also have a ton of goat milk to sell, and will cut down our first oak trees for the sawmill. See you then.